Hi there, I'm Rod Bergeron, and welcome back to another quick and easy watercolor painting. I was just out for a walk just a few minutes ago, and I seen this pretty interesting little piece of landscape, so I thought we might give it a tackle today and see what happens. So I went from about the halfway mark down to about the 1/3 mark, and then I put 2 streaks of blue on there. You know, you can put as many streaks of blue on there as you want, but I left a little space across the middle that was white so that those lines would sort of start to come together and maybe create some clouds in there for us. I'm not going to rinse this brush off. I'm going to go right into my Payne's gray, and I'm going to put some fairly large trees sort of in this area, and we're going to let this sort of all blend together and put my brush into the right into the water, not rinsing it out, just trying to pick up some more moisture for the paint to move into. And we're just going to let that do its own thing for a second. I'm going to rinse my brush off, and I'm going to pick up some sienna here. I'm going to drop a little bit of sienna into some of these places and see if I can't get some of that to start mixing together. There was a hill that sort of swooped pretty harshly from the left down to the right, so I'm going to put that in here with some sienna. It's kind of some dead, dying grass that's going on there, so that's why I'm doing it like that. And I'm going to take this brush, I'm going to put it right into the water and right back out, just to pick up some more moisture, not necessarily to pick up, I'm not trying to pick up any more pigment, I'm just trying to create some wet on wet. All right, kind of lost my little bit of hill going down there, but that's okay. Pick up a little bit more sienna here. See if I can get some more trees sort of blending back into the background along there. All right, I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to put it right into the sienna again. And I'm going to put it across here in a few places, maybe even a little bit more brighter than that. And I'm going to take my #1 watercolor brush that I've sharpened the point to, and there was quite a few dogwoods. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen dogwoods, but they're a long, spindly sort of brush that grows usually near water, and they have, they're very red, like super, super red. I'm going to put a few of these into here also. So this would just be called scribing, really. Put a few marks like that in there. Now where this is coming down across here, we're going to make all of this green sort of coming from one side all the way down to the other. And we want some of this to bleed into the green and some of this to bleed into the green. So we're gonna have to work a little bit quick here. And I just rinsed my brush off, and I have some sap green already prepared here. And in one stroke, I'm gonna go from one side all the way over to the other, okay? So pick up as much sap green as you can on your brush and just straight across like that. Now you see how this started to come down and this started to bleed up? Exactly what we're going for. Now I'm going to take this brush, I'm not going to rinse it off or anything. I'm going to put it right into the green. So I'm picking up, this would be dry, and I'm just dropping some of that into that wet wash that we had there, and just letting it bleed. And you'll see how that's starting to bleed up into there. That's pretty good. I'm going to add a little bit of this in a few places here. That'll give us a good complement. And I'm also going to put a little bit of this green up into my trees here, like that. Okay, nice. Rinse your brush off really well. And I'm going to pick up some blue fairly intensely. And I'm just going to drop a little bit of blue into a few areas here also. Just working very intuitively. I'm just letting the paint, you know, go to wherever it is the paint's going to go to. I'm going to scribe a few more lines here for some tree branches. Okay, so as I'm looking at this, I think to myself, this needs some more darkness, right? So I'm gonna rinse my brush off, knock most of the water off. I'm gonna pick up some Payne's gray. You could use black, but I need some darkness in a few spots here. We're just gonna let that all bleed together. A little bit in here. All right, so we're just gonna let this bleed together and then just don't touch it. Don't try to influence it too much, and let's see what we get. All right, let's check this out. Look at these scribe lines here that pulled. These were out of the sienna. You can see how red they are. They really look like the dogwoods that I seen this morning. And these scribe lines that came out of here, look at all these different tree lines that happen. And that's just from touching the page, letting it sit for a few minutes, touching the page, letting it sit for a few minutes and revisiting it. Look how this green has spread up into that, and this green and blue mixed together here. What happens when we put our mat on it? It's pretty good. I really like what happened down here across the foreground. And this tree line back here, look what's happened back here. Super interesting. All right, I hope you learned something today. If you're currently a subscriber, I thank you very much. If you're not currently a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. As always, if you have a question or a comment, please leave it in the comment section. And I'd really love to know where you're from. If you could leave me a comment in the comment section, know where you're from, I'd really, really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.